Okay, thanks everyone for joining the second part of the video. I actually think this part of it is the most important. It's one thing to stretch or kind of get your body warmed up before a training session, but I see so often, and not just at our academy, but other academies where people get finished training and they pack their stuff and go. I can't emphasize enough just how important stretching, really good stretch after your training, will help you stay healthy throughout the course of your jiu-jitsu journey. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show my series of stretches to help specifically for jiu-jitsu. Some of these movements you've seen before. I just tie everything kind of together as a transition. So go ahead and follow along. And again, this will take, if you spend the right amount of time, this will take a total of 20 minutes. I'm going to shorten it up. I'm not going to do the full series, but just kind of follow along and we'll go from there. So first, I'm going to start from this angle. I'm going to be on my back. Take a deep breath out. Okay, I'm in this position, looks like a guard position. Okay, what I'm going to do is a couple different things you can do with this. There's two ways. Simply grab behind your knees and keep your back straight. So I'm going to glue my shoulder blades to the mat and then bring my elbows down to the mat as far as I can. I'm going to pull those knees forward and keep everything straight. And you're going to hold this stretch for 20 seconds. And what I mean by that is as you're doing your normal breathing, because you don't want to time your breathing with you don't want to be going right during your counting. So you want to be able to breathe at a normal pace while counting in your head. In your head, you're going to be counting 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 at that pace for 20 seconds. Once you're done, you can now hug and pull your knees forward. It's a little bit different part of the back that you're stretching. And hold this also for a good 20-second count that I just mentioned. Next, I'm going to put one foot down. We'll go with the left. Using jiu-jitsu feet, so I'm not pointing my toes, keeping everything engaged. Just going to simply, initially you'll start here. Over time, you'll be able to climb up and eventually come to here, and you'll just apply gentle pressure to your hands pushing up so you get this stretch along the hamstring. Now these you don't want to hold quite as long. Do about a 10-second count. Again, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, while maintaining your proper breathing. Once you go here, come down. Again, bring the leg up. Again, eventually start here. Work your way to here, and then we can get to this position. Again, just now, do not hyperextend. You just want enough to get a stretch. Hold that for a good 10-second count. Once you're done, bring this down. Now, I'm going to come into what looks like a triangle position, but it's going to be over my leg. Now from here, again, a couple things. You can grab the back of your leg, pull forward. What I like to do is get a gable grip, all right? Not reaching up too high, just a gable grip, and then pulling down. Again, if you can't get down this far, this is fine too. As long as you're feeling the stretch, you'll feel the stretch along this leg right here. Obviously, when we go to the other side, you'll be stretching the other side. So you'll feel this here. Again, as soon as you feel the stretch, ease off a little bit. So I can really pull at a good stretch and then just ease back just a tad. And again, hold this for a good 10 seconds. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Okay? And then from there, add a little something to it. You can bring this down. Again, jiu-jitsu feet. Right here, hold that. A little bit different stretch. Stretch the back of the knees out a little bit. Same thing, hold for 10 seconds. And then of course we'll just switch to the other side. Same thing, do the back of the leg to start. I'm also applying with my elbow gentle pressure on the inside of my thigh. Okay, again, over time, get to here. Again, we're doing a 10-second count, and then switch to here. Again, not pointing my toes, making sure I'm engaging everything, makes the stretch even deeper. Okay, hold that for 10 seconds. Once we're done with that part, we like to do our Weeble wobbles, right? That'll be part of our solo drills. So I'm going to do a slight Weeble wobble, right? Have a perfect, I don't want to be out here, I don't want to be crunched up. I want to try to, the best I can, create a 90-degree angle, okay? So I'm just going to put the hand here, but take a deep breath out and relax. Some of you at the start will not be able to come all the way back without discomfort, so you can start here at the hip, okay? But eventually over time, we want to be able to look over, in this case, my right shoulder with my palm down, not up, palm down. Deep breath out again, until eventually I can bring my arm down. In the meantime, right, you only go as far as you can go. What we don't want to see is you trying to put your hand down and your knees come up. Knees must stay on the mat to be able to get the right stretch that we need for this particular movement. So we're here, and just relax, close your eyes. Now you'll hold this for a good 20-second count. And just focus on your breathing. Let it take a lap. You'll feel this right there in the lower back. Then you'll transition. So you'll come up, you rotate up, come back through. So notice this movement. This is important. I'm just doing a circular motion, bringing the elbow in, and then I'm going to extend this bottom leg. Once I do, I'm going to bring my knee, make contact. Notice my hips, what I did. I just did a little bit of a hip out, a little bit of a shrimp. Holding here, okay? Again, letting my head lay down. Same stretch. Again, if you're feeling a stretch already, right here, just put your hand on your hip. Over time, you'll look over to your right shoulder, take a deep breath out. Again, make sure the knee does not come up. This is important. Make sure the knee stays down. Better for your arm to hang. Otherwise, bring it all the way down if you can. Take a deep breath out. That'll help you. The more deep breaths that you have, the more you'll be able to elongate the stretch. Again, you'll hold this for 20 seconds. And once you're done with that, now we're going to switch to a quad stretch. And there's some details about this because I want to do this without hurting my knee. So once I'm done with the stretch, again, I come back through. Elbow in. Okay? Leg is straight, not bent. Some people grab here to alleviate stress on the knee. I'm going to grab a little bit high on the shin, and I'm going to thrust my hips forward. Okay, that way I'm feeling this in the hip flexor. Eventually over time, if you're feeling a good stretch there, hold that stretch. Over time you can slide down near the ankle area. And again, I don't want to put pressure on my knee, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling my leg back, keeping my back straight, keeping my core engaged. That way I'm feeling the stretch where it's intended to be, upper thigh and the hip area. You may want to go ahead and just provide yourself some neck relief. All right, just relax from here, and you'll hold this for a good 10-second count. You can hold this for 22 if you're particularly tight in this area. Main thing is also too, while you're doing these stretches, I can't emphasize this enough, check to make sure your other muscles are relaxed. You're not tense during these stretches. So try to disengage all the other muscles that that are not being used, and just focus on the one that's being stretched. And then again, once you get into your stretch, make sure your body's relaxed and not tense. That's going to be key. Once you're done with that, you're going to do the same thing, other side. So actually, I'll keep with this angle so you can see it from the other angle. We're going to do this fast, but it's going to be the exact same thing we just did. I'm going to Weeble wobble. All right? That's not necessary, just a nice little thing to add. Okay, make sure I'm at a 90-degree angle. Hands here. I come all the way back. I'm looking over my shoulder. Again, if I have to, if the stretch is already here, I'm going to just put the hand on the hip. Otherwise, come all the way down. Not palm up, palm down. Looking to my left. But the most important thing is not just relaxing and enjoying the stretch. Again, hold that for a good 20 seconds. Again, 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Don't rush it. Okay? Once you're done with that, again, I extend my leg out and come to here. Now, I've been doing this long enough where I can make that transition right away. Some of you may need to go ahead and circle this arm around, bring the elbow in before extending this leg and bringing the knee down. So remember, my knee's touching the ground, the other one's staying straight. Come back through it again. All right, then we're here. It's going to be a little bit different part of the back. Again, if you feel any discomfort or pain, ease off, take a little pressure off. This is supposed to feel good, not hurt. This should not be an intense yoga session. So again, you're relaxing, breathing, okay? Then once you go through your 20 count, again, you'll circle, come through elbow in, get to our quad stretch. So I'm happy to see it from this angle so you can see what my back and body is doing, right? So I'm not pulling or I'm not pushing, right? I'm gonna support my head, and I'm gonna try to bring my hips forward, and the key is not feeling any tension or pain on the knee. So if I feel any tension or pain, I'm going to bring my leg back a little bit from this angle, and then my hips are coming forward, so I feel it right up in this area of the hip flexor. So again, we'll hold this for about 10 to 20 seconds, depending on how tight the region is. We're good from here once we're done with that. We've completed this series, and now I can just simply, the next transition is rolling to belly. I'm going to bring my elbows in, not flare them out. Chest level. I'm going to relax, essentially like my lower body's paralyzed. I'm going to totally disengage the second half of my body. I'm going to take a deep breath out, and then I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose while relaxing the lower body. So I'm making sure that my shoulders are not crunched up. I'm pushing, so I'm using the fingers, not the hands. My fingers pushing into the mat and trying to create an arch of my back, but not, my shoulders are not shrugging. And then you just relax and breathe here, and just support yourself with this frame. And of course, once you've done this, hold this for about 20 seconds. 10 seconds at first if you need to. I can then bring one knee up and drop the act and go deeper into the stretch once I hold that for about 10 seconds. Transition, go to the other side. This is one of my favorites. It feels so good, especially when doing Jiu Jitsu. We put so much pressure on our lower backs. This stretch will help out key. Now, once I'm in this position, now I'm going to come up, I'm going to bring both knees up, and I'm going to lower my hips down. Take a deep breath out, and relax. On this one, it's almost like I'm in a guard position, I'm in somebody's guard, right? I'm in this position where my posture is good. I'm just simply coming down, right? So right now, we're in this position with the feet. Relax. If you want to add an extra shoulder stretch, you can do this, but we're going to get into that coming up in a couple moves. So right now we can just relax here. And then what I like to do after this one, I'm going to rotate my body a little bit. So it looks like this from here. And then after that, I'm going to bring my elbows to my knees. And then I'm going to turn my feet out, looking like a frog. Now again, be careful with this. If you feel any tension, right, in the knee or stretch, that's what this is doing. Stop right here. If you go further safely, you can come down as well. Only go as far as you can go. Okay? You can also add, once you develop the flexibility, really to be able to come all the way back and relax here as well. But again, don't try to do this too early on. Make sure you can do the other ones first before you do that. And then of course you'll be able to use your elbows to walk yourself back up. But in the meantime, I just focus on this movement. So this one, hold for about 20 seconds. Heck, you can hold this one for a minute if you like, because it feels so good. And then of course, switching to the feet out. Okay, so I'm kind of in this frame position. Okay, and this will help with your jiu-jitsu as well, but it's a really good stretch. Once we're done with this one, I'm gonna come up, right, walk myself up. So good posture, so my chest is not out. I'm just, my tailbone is facing the ground. I'm here. Now, I'm gonna place my left behind my back, make sure my shoulder blades are connected so I'm not rounded out. And then I bring a gentle stretch. I'm gonna put a little bit of tension against my own hand, right? So the idea is I'm not pulling myself, right? I wanna make sure I'm maintaining as much of spinal integrity as I can, keeping my back good, and then just applying stretch along the neck here. And again, holding this for a good 10-second count. And once you're done with that, go into the other side. And of course, I'm shortening up these movements because this will take about anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes if you're doing this correctly. Then same thing, to add that stretch, I'm gonna just take and just slightly move my chin over. Breathing out. And again, exhales allow you to elongate your stretches. Again, be smart, be conscious to not let your back round out. So you're looking to the right. And then, when I'm done with that, I'm gonna circle back around the other side. Look to the left. And now I can also look down to my right shoulder, come up, look down to my left shoulder. Again, you'll hold these for 10 seconds, come up, and if you want to add a C-spine stretch, this is good. Picked this up in physical therapy when I was rehabbing my neck. Again, making sure the back is straight. Right, see my chest is out, straighten it out. I'm just gonna bring my chin to my throat, and you'll feel a stretch in the back of the neck. And again, this one you only hold for about 6 seconds, release. Do it again, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, release. And do 3 sets, and then do it again. And again, just bring it down, and you'll feel that tension right there in the upper spine. And then breathe out, get that done. Once you're done with that, now we're going into kind of a S-mount position. Start here. Come down as far as you can. So again, only go as far as you can go. Don't just drop yourself down. Make sure you have a little support as you're walking yourself down. All right, you can add a little bit to it and bring the arm back. And again, these stretches should feel amazing. You just relax. Right, you'll do this for 20 seconds. So hold this for 20 seconds and then extend your back leg out. Toes facing the mat. If you want to eventually over time, you can really add something to it. So add a frame here, all the way down. You hold that and then arch your back up similar to the one we did earlier. Again, you hold these for 20 seconds. So generally neck stretches and hamstring stretches, you really want to hold, or as far as like, ones that affect the knee, about 10 seconds. Back stretches, lower back stretches, glutes, upper part of the legs, you can hold for 20 seconds or longer. Okay, so just think about that. And then I'm going to switch. Once I'm here, rotate. Do the exact same thing. So you'll go here, right? Come here. Again, that's later on. You might even start here, that's fine. Here, extend, right? Do that, and then you'll come up. And then once you're done with that series, rotate, come through. Now we're going to go into our groin stretch. A lot of people call it a butterfly stretch because you'll do a lot of movements to kind of activate it. Now again, most people when they do this, their knees will be up. That's fine as long as you're getting the stretch over time. You do enough jiu-jitsu, you'll eventually be able to bring your knees down. And then of course, there's a couple ways you can do this. Right now my back is a little bit rounded out. Once this becomes easy, I'm going to bring my chest forward and go into the stretch even deeper. Okay. The key is making sure my core and my back is engaged. My shoulders are back, elbows are in. Okay. And then of course I can go into more of a diamond look here. Pull slightly, bring my elbows down, and then work a little bit of the hip flexors and the groin at the same time. Once I've held those stretches for 20 seconds, then I can go into a lower back hamstring stretch. So right now we're going to be working on the left. Look up to the ceiling, deep breath out, touch the toes. Again, you may only be able to go here initially, that's fine. This one you can hold for a good 10 seconds because your feet getting. And now also too, try not to, eventually over time you can flatten your leg out with the jiu-jitsu feet, but if you feel a tension, just keep a slight bend in your knee until you can finally get that all the way stretched out. Touch toes, hold that for about 20 seconds. Then you can switch, you'll come up, rotate, post, switch, right? Either get to the ankle or get to the toes. You'll hold that, then of course you'll switch to the exact same thing. As I'm looking up to the ceiling, come up, rotate, and here, and then finally, we'll finish with both legs forward. Again, I'm going to try to keep my back as straight as possible, right? So my goal isn't just to try to reach the toes, my goal is to get the stretch in the right area. So again, right, I'm just going to come here, and best I can get that stretch, and then over time, slowly breathing out, elongate until you can get to the toes. Okay. Then once you're done holding these stretches, when you hold for about 10 seconds. Once you're done here, that's your stretching session. Then of course you'll slowly come out of it, stand up in base, and you're ready to go throughout your day. So again, thanks everybody for joining. Hope this helps a lot. Leave any questions in the comment section and we'll go from there.